boy, 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 boy. Bam 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 bam. Fuck it. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where I take things way too seriously. Today's video, Marvel's got beef. Marvel's got beef with, wait for it, China. Marvel's got beef with China over an Asian superhero. Now, this whole issue is about China not greenlighting two movies, American movies, yes, but Marvel movies with an Asian lead and an Asian director, both with Chinese heritage. At first glance, this whole situation is just very bizarre to me, but once you get into it, as you soon see in this video, you kinda get why. So, some backstory. On the day the Shang-Chi movie trailer premiered, the Chinese audience expressed their opinions, saying that the movie has a bit of racist undertones and that they were underwhelmed for multiple reasons. Now, this didn't get a lot of traction as far as I know because I didn't hear much of it, but a few days ago I heard that China's propaganda department didn't approve for those two movies to be released in China. From what I can imagine, people in China must have been so confused, as well as other people who have been keeping track with the MCU must have been like, What? Now I had to fact check the whole propaganda department. It's an information dissemination system by the Chinese Communist Party, and its actual name is the Publicity Department of the Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party. Which makes sense to me because in today's state and affairs, if you call your own department a propaganda department, but yeah, propaganda was in their name, but they removed it because, you know, politics and stuff like that. And did I mention the word propaganda a bit too much? Yes, I did. I should probably stop. Anyways, aside from Shangchi. In Chinese it's Shangchi, but you know, let's go with the Americanized pronunciation. Shang-Chi. Anyways, aside from Shang-Chi, China's publicity department also did not approve the release of the Eternals due to the controversy surrounding, oh my, I do say the word controversy a lot, oh my god, due to the controversy surrounding the director Chloe Zhao, which we are not going to get into today. Also, have y'all watched the Eternals trailer? That was something. Today we are going to the whole controversy surrounding Shang-Chi and Marvel and China to see what on earth is all the fuss about. Let's start with the characters' backgrounds. Do I have an intro card? I'm gonna put an intro card. There's gonna be an intro card. And it better not interrupt me. The Mandarin, also known as Shang-Chi's father. Now, there has been multiple versions of the Mandarin in the MCU. Sorry, I meant Marvel Comics, not Marvel MCU. But yes, Marvel MCU as well, but you know, I don't want to upset the Marvel comic fans. Sorry. In some versions, he's Wenwu. In some versions, he's unknown. His identity is unknown. But anyway, the Mandarin in Shang-Chi the movie is Wenwu. So different Mandarin in Iron Man 3. I mean, as much as I enjoyed Sir Ben Kingsley and Guy Pearce in Iron Man 3, it's nice, you know, it's nice. I do appreciate them for finally casting an Asian villain with an Asian lead with none other than the legendary Chinese actor Tony Leung. And for all my Chinese viewers, if there's any Chinese viewers out there, I mean, if there's any viewers at all, it's Shang Cbye, which we love, or at least my dad loves. But anyway, yeah, they got an Asian actor to play an Asian villain, so that's a huge win. But
apparently, she says it a lot.
To name an Asian, or rather Chinese villain, the Mandarin? But that's not the worst. But you know, in case one day I start my own comic, whatever, I'm not gonna name some Englishmen and calling them the English, you know? Moving on. Fu Manchu. Now, the origins of this character is a lot. So, buckle up your seatbelts if there's any, you're gonna get your mind blown. The villain Fu Manchu was created by this guy named Sax Roma, not his real name by the way. And Marvel bought the comic book rights to Fu Manchu and made Shang-Chi his son. Yes, Shang-Chi's original father is this guy. Now this character, as you'll see soon, is very problematic, to say the least. According to this paper by Variety.com, Fu Manchu was a racist trope, a yellow peril archetype created by British pulp writer Sax Roma, who actually knew nothing about Chinese culture and made up all the tropes out of thin air. Now, what is yellow peril? It's actually a racist metaphor of using the color of East Asians to basically insinuate that they would bring about the danger or the impending doom to the Western world. Which, how ironic is that? How ironic is that? Fear of the yellow peril is racial, not national, a fear derived not from a concern with a specific source of danger or from anyone, people, or country. And also this thing where it says core imagery of apes, lesser men, primitives, children, madmen, and beings who've possessed special powers. Bro, if Asians in general possessed special powers, you know what we would do? You know what we would freaking do? We would first of all, what would we do? I would get rid of the, what's that called? Imperial system? You know, where they go like feet, foot, inches, ounce, pounds. Like, why can't you just go by centimeters, kilometers, liters? Why? Why? Oh my god, sounding really nasal right there. Anyway, moving on. This absolutely blew my mind. Obviously, I've heard a lot of jokes made against East Asians or Asians in general, but I've never heard it being used against myself, and I'm so grateful, so beyond grateful that I was born and raised in a very multicultural country, Malaysia, where we do appreciate and celebrate the differences of different ethnicities and culture very oftenly. Might I add, you have no idea the amount of holidays we have. Going back to the main point, I could say a lot about the yellow peril, but I'm not going to, so let's stick with the original Fu Manchu origin. Now, this is interesting, so hold on to your skirts. Sax Roma actually started Fu Manchu after his Ouija board spelled out Chinaman when he asked what would make his fortune. The Ouija board spelled out Chinaman. Now, either he was lying for being an absolute racist, or there's a racist ghost. This is the image of Orientals invading the Western world became the foundation of Roma's success, being able to sell 20 million copies in his lifetime. 20 million! Is he racist and xenophobic? Yes, very. But it's also very sad that he actually made money off this racist and xenophobic creation. I actually wanted to add the word very, but then it occurred to me that you can't be more racist or less racist or very racist. It's not a black or white thing. There's no gray area. Can you imagine, like, putting a percentage on how racist you are? It literally says here that he based Fu Manchu of real Chinese criminals he met as a journalist. As someone who speaks Chinese, this name it sounds ridiculous. Have you ever met anyone named Fu Manchu? Because to me it sounds pretty nonsensical and kind of caricatured. And according to either Roma or his biographer, the Fu in Fu Manchu was supposed to mean warlike, so that the name meant the warlike Fu Manchu. That's bullshit. First off, Fu means prosperity. Secondly, I'm sure that Sax Roma had no knowledge of Chinese language at all. So it's very apparent that he's just making random shit up. You know what? This sounds like white people getting random tattoos in foreign languages. Like, you know those memes where a typical white dude would be like,
"Yo, this tattoo right here, means royalty.
Like, bruh, no, this means salmon. What you on about? It's not. Like, Ariana Grande got a tattoo she thought meant 7 rings, but turns out it just said Japanese barbecue. And then she tried to get it fixed, but then some miscommunication happened, and now it just says Japanese barbecue finger. Japanese barbecue finger. I cannot. Anyways, before the creation of Dr. Fu Manchu, the Chinese people were often viewed by the Western media to be a victim or a very weak community. But after the character came out, things took a 180-degree turn because, surprise, surprise, they were portrayed as perpetrators of crime and threats to the Western society as a whole. Also, I don't really know where to put this in a video, but I came across this article, a really well-written article, titled An Open Letter to Marvel Studios, How They'd Handle the Racist Legacy of Fu Manchu and Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, by this writer called Fred Sean Rutherford. And he brought up how Marvel actually has history of just drawing on random Asian cultures as inspiration without caring to do the actual research and just use them as aesthetic, and how Marvel could have actually resolved this whole Fu Manchu situation instead of avoiding discussing this whole controversy in any way, shape or form. Rutherford suggested that
it was at this moment that he knew.
She wasn't writing an academic essay.
Rutherford suggested that Marvel could have actually incorporated the name Fu Manchu as a result of this racist dude named Dennis Smith bestowing this racist name on this mysterious Chinese rebel. So in this way, it actually puts a clear distinction between Dr. Fu Manchu and Wenwu the Mandarin, which is a win-win. I'll put a link in the description below for anyone who's interested because it was a really good read. But that's enough about Fu Manchu. Jude's taken up way too much of my time and my saliva, so we're moving on. Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was Fu Manchu's son because Marvel bought the copyrights to Fu Manchu, of course. But as their license expired, Shang-Chi's father's identity became very cryptic. There are multiple figures who became his father, like Wenwu, Zhengzhu, the Mandarin, because originally Wenwu and the Mandarin were separate, or in some versions. I don't know, the comic book universe it trips me out. According to some Chinese netizens, they were also kind of pissed about the fact that Shang-Chi was the son of a villain. But hey, I'm sure Shang-Chi's pissed about it too. Hey guys, so I was scrolling through Weibo trying to do a more thorough research about the whole Shang-Chi reception, and I came across Simu Liu's actual account, and someone made this comment underneath his first post, and Simu just dead as fired back. We love that. King. But generally I'm seeing mixed reviews on the platform, so it's pretty hard to know exactly where they stand. But while scrolling through Chinese TikTok the other day, I came across this post about how Kevin Feige said that he regrets casting Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One and just, generally whitewashing the role. And oddly enough, the comments were filled with opinions about Shang-Chi, so I guess I'm just gonna put them here so that you guys get a more clear idea of how they just don't really like the movie or the idea of the movie or just Simu Liu in general. So enjoy, or I guess not. But what I want to focus on today is about the argument that Simu Liu, the actor playing Shang-Chi, is too ugly, that he did not meet the Chinese beauty standards because Simu Liu and Awkwafina were not traditionally attractive. And it says here, many online commenters have slammed Liu and Awkwafina for not meeting the typical thin-chinned, high-nosed, pale-skinned, double-eyelided standards of ideal Chinese beauty. In one of the most toxic arguments of all, many say Marvel cast them in lead roles because the studio discriminates against Chinese people's appearances. Foreigners just love to deliberately cast actors with squinty eyes. There are many actors in China and Asia with big eyes and prominent features. Well, to that I say they are discriminating against me because I do not have big eyes or prominent features. And that is why I will never become an actor. Ever. Now for those people who still insist that Marvel only casted Simu Liu so that they could discriminate against the Asian community, I did the liberty of searching for other potential actors who could have been casted as Shang-Chi as well. Heads up, seeing as how it's a Marvel movie, meaning it's American, I only looked up Chinese American actors whom I filtered off based from their age. And yes, I dare admit it, it's a bit ageist, and by the description that I'm given here. Thin-chinned, high-nosed, pale-skinned, double-eyelided standards of ideal Chinese beauty. Now don't at me if I excluded any actors from this list because I got it from Wikipedia, so if you have beef, bring it to them. Yes, blame Wikipedia for this fictional recasting of a Marvel movie. So welcome to this segment of Recasting Shang Chi, also known as Re-Shang-Chi. So this is the list I'm left with after a preliminary round of filtering. So let's move on from here. Louis Ozawa Changqian. Yes, he's in. He's Shang-Chi. And we're done, people. Thank you for watching this episode of Free Shang-Chi by Simu Liu. It was nice having you. And we'll see you next time. I'm joking, obviously. Next up, Hank Chen. Honestly, I don't know. Is it because I'm Asian? So I can't tell if his eyes are small? Like, what's considered as small eyes? Because when I smile or laugh, it just squints into this like little crescent shape that I kinda actually like. Not gonna lie. Like, it makes my smile look genuine, you know? And when I'm old, these small smiling eyes will serve as proof that I did not get Botox. And Hank looks like he kinda has double eyelids though, like those what are those? Like those hidden double eyelids. I'll give him a pass. Kevin Chang. Okay, how pale is pale? Cause like if we're talking K-pop idols pale, that is not feasible at all, cause we all know those boys and girls are whitewashed by the media. So you know what? I'm erasing the pale skin criteria from my criteria and he's in. Oh wow, he's beautiful. In. Whew! Those eyes. I could fit my whole house into those eyes. But that's not a thin chin. You know what? Fuck it. I like a man with a strong jaw. So let's cancel that criteria as well. He's in. Ooh, hello. In. Well, you know what? He gives me Asian Taylor Lautner vibes. So, yes please. Now, if he still has that head full of hair, right? And he puts that into a man bun with a poker face, then yes. Have I erased the whole double eyelid thing? No? Okay, it's gone. It's gone. Now, he doesn't have a high nose, but he gives me like friendly magician vibes. And at the end of the day, isn't magician vibes just the entire Marvel superhero group? In. And high nose is cancelled now. Fuck everyone with high noses. Goddamn high noses. Ooh la la, that body. But he's a tad bit over my stipulated age of under 50. I'd be kind of ageist if I left him out. But you know what? If Scarlett Johansson can play a Japanese character and that transcends race, this just transcends age. So, and it's only a difference of 3 years. So, in. Boy. 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 Huh. In. Perry Shen. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but does he kind of look like David Schwimmer? Like, just a little? Anyways, he's in. Hair in. Need I say more? It's freaking Harry Shum Jr. It's Magnus freaking Bane. Do you guys know how much I shipped Malik? Yes, the love I have for them. So yeah, join the club, Harry. Join the flippin' club. Daniel Wu. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Daniel Wu is actually a pretty common, he's a household name within the Asian community, so he gets an automatic pass. There we have it, people. 14 Chinese American actors who might. Wait. Where's Simu Liu on that list? Where is my man Simu? Oh, he's Canadian? He's Canadian. Okay, crap. Okay. Do I have to do this all over again, but with Chinese Canadian actors? Okay, hold on. Let me do another preliminary round of filtering through them first.
1 semester later.
Okay, are you ready for round 2? Arif Rahman. Oh, I've seen him before in Albert M. Chan. Oh, I'm getting Professor vibes. Would he be a good Shang-Chi? He would. He would be a very soft-spoken, but like kick your ass kind of Shang-Chi, you know? So in. Now, if you happen to know me at all, which you don't, you have to know that I loved the Chinese drama 三生三世十里桃花. It's Be My Shang-Chi, Ye Hua. For anyone who's interested in the Chinese culture or good dramas, check out 三生三世十里桃花. It's called Eternal Love or something in English. I don't know, or it could just be like a direct translation called 10 Miles of I don't know, cherry blossom trees or something. I don't know. Edison Chen. I've heard of him. He's also a household name-ish. So yes, you're in. Kenneth Ma. I watched his medical drama before and I liked him. Would he be a good replacement for Simu? Yes, he would. Okay, Keanu Reeves? I guess he has some Chinese heritage. I don't know, man, I'm tempted. Is this how the director of Ghost in the Shell felt when he casted Scarlett Johansson to play an Asian lead? Wow, this is quite a rush, I gotta say, but I don't know. I'm sorry, man, I gotta say no. Your age, you're too old to be Shang-Chi. Like, everything else is perfect, don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry, I can't get past your age. Love you, Keanu. Hayden Chun, I remember you. You were in a good place. You were in a good place, and hence you deserve a place in our remake. So, welcome, Nicholas. I'm sorry, I cannot, for the life of me, pronounce romanization of Chinese names, but I do know him. Another household name, so yes, E.G. Oh, I don't know, man. You're looking a little young to be Shang-Chi, don't you think? But you have a very pleasant face too, and I like that. You're in. Chris Wu. Never heard of him. I'm sorry, I don't think he has the face to be the new Shang-Chi. Like, he's very beautiful, very picturesque, very photogenic, but he doesn't fit, you know? I don't think he knows how it's like to be Shang-Chi. No, I don't think he would feel the Shang-Chi. He does have a very boy group kind of face though, you know? You know what would be perfect for him? If I let him join 11 other boys and they form this group who dance and sing. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Like, he'd probably leave though. He has that kind of face. Never mind. Okay, and that brings our tally up to 25. 25 new Shang-Chi specially selected to replace Simu Liu in the upcoming Shang-Chi movie, or movies. And when all 25 of them are done filming, we'll premiere them on the same day in the movies to let them battle it out to see who's the superior Shang-Chi. It'll be like the Hunger Games, but Shang-Chi edition. It'll be the Shang-Chi games. So yeah, I'll be sending these off to our casting directors, the salty Chinese netizens. Watch out, Simu, you've got some hard competition. Obviously, that was a joke. I guess what I'm trying to prove is that even if you're not satisfied with any movie casting, whatever, you don't have to pick on someone's appearance to prove a point. By attacking Simu Liu and generally insulting his appearance, isn't that kind of discriminatory, thus hypocritical? Using appearances, especially by forcing them to adhere to a beauty standard, can be a double-edged sword. By calling out the casting director or the casting team, you're bringing attention to this, to the whole appearance discrimination issue. But aren't you also exposing yourself for being shallow and discriminatory against like other people in general, you know? Personally, I don't have a problem with Simu Liu. I'm looking at him right now, and honestly, he's not a bad looking guy. If y'all can accept a green coal looking dude as a superhero, and he's part of the Avengers, why can't you accept a perfectly normal Chinese man? Also, you don't know if more attractive people who conform to the conventional standards of beauty auditioned for that part but didn't get it. So obviously Marvel would have taken a lot of this into consideration, not just, you know, for discriminating against Asians. And I personally would like to think that Marvel is trying to embrace people of other ethnicities and increasing the diversity of the MCU. So yeah, say what you want about, you know, oh, Marvel's only including an Asian American or Canadian. They're just using them for clout, and they're just trying to make the big bucks from China. And while the big bucks from China is true, like really big bucks, but honestly, which Marvel movie hasn't made the big bucks from China? Literally 5 of the 20 highest grossing foreign films in China are from Marvel, with Avengers Endgame being the top grossing foreign film. I'm sure you've all seen Black Panther, and we can all agree on what a masterpiece it is. The casting, the directing, the plot. Well, the plot was okay, I guess. But the fight scenes, or stunt coordinators, director, whatever you call it, those were spectacular. Was it culturally accurate? Well, they tried their best, but who am I to say? Literally no one. I'm not familiar with African customs, like, at all. But we can definitely learn something from them, and that is to be supportive. In terms of Asian representative, Crazy Rich Asians did pretty darn well, like box office wise. That being said, I'm also aware that the Chinese netizens aren't too crazy about this movie because it is an Asian American sort of representation and not Chinese as a whole. Similarly, also mentioned that they try to not have it go into the stereotypical Chinese categories, so we'll see. And keep in mind, it is Marvel, it is an American brand or franchise. If it does turn out to be stereotypical, call them out for it. Show them how to do it. Show the Western world how it should be done. Make your own superhero film. Like China could make their own superhero film and go international with it. It's great to spread your voice like that, like while ensuring that your culture and your people are accurately portrayed. And I know for a fact that China does produce good movies most of the time. No Jiao, for example, would have been an amazing movie to go international with. I think it broke like Chinese box office. It's a good family movie. It's good for kids and adults. Not only does it have an amazing story and animation, but because it's literally an animation that children would go enjoy with their families in the movies. It could be the next Frozen or Moana or Zootopia. All you have to do is just provide them with English subs or English dubs or something, and you'd be set. Yes, there are still major strides to be made, but this is the turning point. This is what we as an Asian community, not that I'm Asian American, I'm not American at all. This is what we as an Asian community aspire to be represented as. Badass and crime fighting superhero and just saving the world. Can y'all imagine the amount of Asian kids that are going to be inspired from this? For an Asian person to be playing the lead role as a superhero and having majority of the cast be of Asian descent in a Marvel movie is the push we need. It's this push that would convey to the rest of the Western world that Asians are just so much more. They are much more capable than to be that random immigrant family who runs a martial arts place, or that computer genius who graduated college at like 12, or some typical restaurant owner who speaks with an accent. And remember, very soon the Eternals will also be out, and that casting is So far, not bad. So, is China discriminating against its own race? No. The main reason why they blocked Shang-Chi from airing in China is mainly due to the Fu Manchu controversy and not really against Simu Liu's appearance in general. As for the whole appearance discrimination thing, I think that's completely unjustified on the Chinese netizens' part. I think they're overly harsh about their racial representation overseas. Now, is that a reflection of their current entertainment industry? Yes, it's very common for people to be judged really harshly in the Chinese entertainment industry. If you gain a bit of weight, or if your thighs aren't skinny enough, your hair doesn't match your complexion, but that's another topic for another video, if I make it. So yeah, that was it for this video. I would just like to emphasize that everything that I said was just my own opinion. Let me know if I'm being too harsh or lenient, or if I'm defending Marvel a bit too much in this video. And of course, I'm not too familiar with politics and how media and politics tie in together in this instant, but I really do wish that both Shang-Chi and the Eternals get the green light in China. I hope you all had fun watching it, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!